All right, well, you'll let me know the second anything changes. Thanks.
What's going on?
Apparently my father has vanished into thin air.
Whoa, did you get any sleep last night?
I couldn't. I was too worried.
Look, I promised you I'd help you find your father. And I meant what I said. Where do we start?
Dusty thinks Dominic Ramsey's involved.
Yeah, but he's handling Dominic, right?
Yeah, I can only imagine how.
Now, guys like Dominic are tough. They only respond to one thing: power.
Dominic isn't tough. He's an opportunist. My family's been dealing with people like him forever. The power isn't just in your fists. It's in your wallet, too.
Okay, I'm lost.
I'm gonna make Dominic an offer in a language that he'll understand.
Thank you for meeting me.
Huh. I assume this is about your upcoming deposition?
Yeah, I'd like to get started sooner rather than later.
Look, if you're worried that Dominic Ramsey's going to try to pull something, I can assure you.
I'm not worried, Tom. I got my eyes wide open.
Looks like the eyes are in the back of your head today.
Did you know that Lucy's father was missing?
I've heard some speculation.
No, it's not speculation. Dominic Ramsey's behind it.
You got any proof?
No, but I will. I push, he pushes back. It's easy.
So what exactly does that mean?
Dominic's first order of business was Craig. Now that he's out of the way, who do you think's next?
The temperature took quite a fall last night. Like you.
Luckily, I'd managed to land in a bed of pine needles.
Luckily, you didn't freeze to death.
Mother Nature is my friend.
Covering yourself in pine needles was remarkably resourceful.
Well, there must be thousands of pine trees around. How far do they go?
The monastery is built on enough land to ensure total isolation.
What a comfort.
And you'll notice we've made some improvements to your room for your protection.
Huh? No. No, you can't keep me locked up in here, Francis. I'll go crazy!
I assure you, you are as free as you want to be.
No. You gotta stop with the double talk and tell me who is doing this to me.
I thought that was obvious by now. You're doing this to yourself.
Hey, I felt that.
Was it a sharp or?
I don't know, I felt it.
Okay, good. What about here?
Yes!
Yeah, and here?
Yeah, I feel that too.
Okay, good. Let's get you on your feet. See if you can support your weight.
Okay.
Ready? I'm gonna stand up now.
See, I knew that you could do it. I just knew it.
Okay. Well, while you're standing, I want to try a couple more tests. Right?
Oh, I don't know, Doc. I might go for a jog. Maybe later.
Do what the doctor says, Marcus. I'm gonna go tell Dr. Hughes. He'll want to know what's going on.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, Dr. Hughes, there you are.
Allison?
Aaron just got some feeling back in his leg.
Well, that's very good news.
Well, that means he's getting better, right? I mean, he won't be paralyzed anymore. First, his leg gets better, and then his arm, right?
Well, it's good that he's making progress like that, but we have to wait and see.
Wait and see what?
Well, the fact that he's progressing, that's very encouraging, but it doesn't indicate necessarily that it's a complete recovery. He may continue to improve.
Or what?
Or he may not get any better than he is right now.
Then tell me this. Why the hell am I bothering? Jack?
Hi. I was on my way over to the hospital, and I thought that I would...
No, Jack's not here.
No, that's okay. I stopped by to see you. I wanted to see how things went in Montana.
You want to come in?
So So how'd it go?
Well, I guess it kind of depends on your perspective. If you're Carly, it was a huge success.
Are you saying that Jack remembered?
It all came flooding back. Carly, Parker, Sage. I guess he's his old self again, but I don't know who that is. It's great for Jack. But I like the new Jack. I liked my Jack. You know, the Jack who came home at night.
Jack. You still remember, don't you?
Come on, Aaron. Doctors have to be pessimistic. It's like part of that oath they take. I solemnly swear not to give my patients too much good news.
Face it, Allie, this might be as good as it gets.
Well, for my money, this is pretty good. You stood up.
Yeah, with help.
What up?
Hey, Curtis. Guess what? Aaron just got some feeling back in his leg, and he stood up.
Yeah, me and every 1-year-old in town. Isn't that great?
He's just being a sourpuss. This is a very big deal.
Yeah, why are you being a Grinch?
Why? Because this might be as good as it gets, that's why.
No way.
No, that's just one doctor's opinion.
You know, if your father did both operations, I probably wouldn't be in this mess.
Speaking of my dad, has he been here today?
No, Dr. Ramirez said that he was on vacation.
That's news to me. My old man never takes a break.
I'm glad that you came by, Curtis. Will you stay with Aaron a minute?
No problem.
Yeah, I'm not a baby, Allie.
But you whine like one. I'm gonna go find Dr. Ramirez. Let's see what his second opinion says.
We can't do that with an ongoing internal investigation. And also, we have to be sure that the hospital's liability. We'll talk later.
Dr. Ramirez, can I talk to you a minute?
I'm sorry, Allison. I'm late for a consultation. But feel free to ask Dr. Hughes any questions about Aaron's case.
Okay, that was weird.
Well, he's a very busy man.
Especially since he's seeing all of Dr. Harris's patients, too.
What are you getting at, Allison?
You're just talking about an internal investigation. Does that have anything to do with Aaron?
Well, a good hospital is always monitoring itself. It's routine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have patients to see.
He said that he was going to go see his kids. That he would be back last night. It's never broken a promise before. But I guess he's a new Jack.
Well, he keeps his word. He always has.
Well, he also said that he remembered seeing Carly and being with her before. But that it didn't matter because his heart belonged to me. He chose me, Holden.
I'm not saying that what he felt for you wasn't real, but he chose you when he didn't remember his past. He had a whole life before you. You had to know that there was some risk, that all that might come back to him.
I know, but we love each other so much. I guess I just thought that love was strong enough to overcome anything. I sound really dumb, don't I?
No, you don't. You sound like a woman in love.
My first husband, Les, he said everything with his fists. So, I didn't know that love could feel like this until I met Jack. And yeah, I knew that there was a possibility that he had this other family that he might remember, and I even resisted getting involved with him because of it. But, you know, when a miracle like Jack shows up on your doorstep, you just thank God. And when somebody tries to take that miracle away, you fight for it with everything you've got.
Anything I can do?
No. Go see your kid.
I don't want to leave you like this.
No, I'm fine.
Where's JJ?
He's downstairs having breakfast with Lisa. I gotta clean myself up. I don't want him to come home and find me in a puddle.
Okay. If you need anything, you can call. And, just remember, you have friends here now. Don't forget that, okay? All right.
Lying here in your arms like this, I think it's what I miss the most.
It's so quiet. How many times did Parker ask me to read that chapter of James and the Giant Peach last night?
At least 3. But he was out before the spider made its final appearance.
Do you remember the trouble we used to go through to get Sage and Parker down at the same time?
It's no small feat. But by the time I got them settled in and came down, you were out like a light.
The kids. How come they're so quiet?
They're not here. I thought we could use some time alone, so they tiptoed out of here very early to make candy apples with Emma. They're probably very good and sticky by now.
I like the sounds of that. Come here. This is very sexy, by the way. Yeah, did you wear it for me?
No, I certainly didn't wear it for Emma.
Oh, my.
What is it? What's the matter?
Oh, Julie, I told her to come home last night.
Well, Jack, you were a little too exhausted to do much of anything.
You don't understand. I gave her my word. I've never lied to Julia.
You didn't lie to her. You just fell asleep on your couch in your home with your children sleeping upstairs.
I gotta go, Carl.
You can't be serious,
I'm
Jack.
sorry. I know that we were...
After everything I went through to get you back where you belong, you are not going anywhere.
It's not like I want to leave, Carly. You gotta know that.
Then don't.
I made a promise.
Yeah, that's right, you did. To me, a long time ago. And the day you left this house and disappeared, we were as much in love as we'd ever been, Jack. Do you remember what we were talking about?
Having another child. We were down by the pond at Emma's.
We wanted to make another baby. But when you walked out that door, my chance for that to happen went with you.
If it had been the other way around, if you were the one who was hurt and you forgot everything and married somebody else, I would have lost my mind.
There were times when I certainly thought I'd lost mine. I kept thinking about that day at the pond and how much we loved each other. And I wanted you so bad. I ached all over. And I had to hold on to this thought that as much as I loved you, as much as I wanted you, you would feel that, and somehow that would bring you home to me. I can't bear the thought of you walking out that door right now, Jack, not before we've had a chance to... I need you. I need to make love to you, Jack.
I need you too.
Stay. Don't answer.
It's Alden!
No.
You can't leave him out there. You gotta let him in. Oh! Hey!
You remember me?
Given Craig can be a jerk, but he is Marga's brother, she's launched a full-scale investigation. Ramsey's clean on this.
Just because his hands aren't dirty doesn't mean he didn't do it. It's so obvious. He's knocking off people before they have a chance to testify against him.
Well, like I said, you get me some evidence that Ramsey got to Craig, and I'll have his bail revoked on racketeering charges, and I'll add murder to the list.
Francis? Did that actually see a tea bag?
Appreciating simplicity is the first step in freeing the soul.
You are right. You know, brother, and I have had an epiphany.
In the time it takes to boil an egg?
Yeah, well, what is time, brother? Huh? And I now know that you are right. And that I am my own master, and that somehow I willed myself to be forcibly abducted and brought to this bastion of calm so that I could,
Yes. Go on.
So that I could reflect upon my sins, my unworthiness, and ponder what I have done with my miserable life.
I see.
Yes, and I know that the minute I leave this wonderful circle of brotherhood, that I am going to dedicate myself to helping my fellow man and woman. I am going to ladle swill in soup kitchens. I'm going to tend the sick. I'm going to save the whales, you name it. Craig has seen the light. But I must leave now so that I may begin my work and be all the Craig that you have encouraged me to be.
I see. You'll leave here when it's decided you've truly changed.
But Francis, I have changed. Francis, I've changed. Change what, damn it? Francis! Who is doing this to me?
You don't want to mess with a guy like Dominic, okay?
It's too late. He's already on his way over.
It's not too late. Have your maid explain you're not here, that you've been called away or something. I don't know.
He took my father.
You don't know that.
Well, who else could it be? He threatened Dusty and he threatened my father. They were the only ones who could testify that he forced you to hit Aaron with a loaded glove. Okay, that's him. Just go. I want to talk to him alone.
No. There's no way I'm leaving you alone with that guy. No.
Mr. Ramsey here to see you, miss. Thank you.
Some classy joint. What's the Raluza boy doing here?
He's my friend.
Yeah, it seems like you got a lot of those, huh?
I'll just get to the point, okay?
Sure, time is money. Shoot.
I want my father back.
You know, I heard your old man was MIA. What's that got to do with me?
Name your price.
Excuse me?
I said, tell me how much and I will pay it.
You know, if your old man didn't go sticking his nose where it didn't belong, I'd be on Easy Street right now. You realize that?
Just tell her how much, okay?
There's not enough money in the world.
Coming up on As the World Turns.
Where's my father?
1 down, 3 to go.
You want me to steal an incident
No,
report?
not steal, borrow.
Hi, Holden. I didn't realize you were coming by.
I interrupted. Sorry, I'll come back another time.
That's a good idea.
No,
Thank
are you kidding? I look at you and a million memories come flooding back. Carly and I were just talking about how difficult it was having me here, but not here.
I'm a little chilly. I'll be right back.
Sorry, I've just been... I've not been the same for a couple of months.
Hey, forget about it. Jack, he was a good guy. We're kind of getting to be friends.
Yeah, I missed you. I got my memory back, and with it, this big feeling about how much I missed everybody. The whole family. How's Aaron?
He's improving. In fact, I was on my way to see him when I heard about you, and I had to come over here and see if it was true.
Yeah, how'd you hear about me?
Julia.
How is she? Is she okay?
I got the impression she was expecting you back last night.
Yeah, I know. I messed up. I fell asleep on the couch. I was about to see her when you knocked.
There's something you should know. I helped her get to Montana to try and find you. I figured it was the right thing to do. She's a good person. She's kind. She's decent. And up until yesterday, you were still in love with her. I don't want to make any more trouble than there already is here for you, but she had a pretty rough night last night. And the fact that you didn't come back is telling her that you already made a decision.
Can we get you anything, Holden?
No, Carly, thanks. I need to get going. I gotta head over to the hospital to see Aaron.
I woke you up. Come on.
Could I talk to you first, please, Jack?
I'll catch up with you later. Tell Aaron I'll stop by the hospital, okay? Yeah.
Well, how long will you be gone?
I don't know. Holden said he ran into Julia. Apparently she's upset.
I'm not surprised. I certainly understand how she's feeling.
Know this. I love you.
Dad.
Hey, buddy. This is a surprise. What's up?
I was over at Memorial visiting Aaron, and they said you were on vacation. What's up with that? You've been leaving the house like you're going to work.
I've been suspended.
What? Why?
Look, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's actually pretty standard when concerns are raised about the outcome of a procedure.
This is about Aaron's surgery. They're blaming you.
No, it's the hospital is conducting a routine investigation, that's all. Once it's over, I will be cleared, I will be fully reinstated, and it's going to be over.
What if it's not?
I have been over every step of Aaron's surgery, and I didn't do anything wrong.
Then it's not just Aaron, is it? You're worried about that drug test you took, aren't you? That's why you told me it's so important that nobody find out you faked it.
If it were to get out, it might lead people to believe that...
Do you hear yourself? You've always told me, be upfront no matter what the consequences, and now you're digging a hole that's just gonna get deeper and deeper? I mean, I never would have helped you out if I knew you were covering up something important. So what's the real story? I mean, you know you can trust me. Were you doing drugs when you operated on Aaron?
Chris, over here.
Where's the fire?
You have to help me.
Yeah, I got that from your message. What's wrong?
It's Aaron. I think that something might have happened to him in the operating room.
Why?
Because he had to have a second operation after he didn't wake up from the first one. And then Dr. Harris suddenly takes a vacation in the middle of a case. Curtis says that he never does that.
Yeah, but Allison, that doesn't mean...
I just heard your dad talking about an internal investigation.
Okay, well, those go on all the time.
No, but you're not listening to me. Something's not right, and it's not going to help Aaron any if we don't find out what it is.
Okay, look, Allison, I'm not sure what you're asking me to do.
You know as well as I do that if anything goes wrong in surgery, that nurses file incident reports.
Yes, which are highly confidential.
But you're a doctor, you have access.
You want me to steal an incident
No,
report?
not steal, borrow.
Allison, my father's the chief of
You
staff.
owe me this, Chris, okay? You were there at that fight when Aaron got hurt. If he's not going to get better, don't you think he has a right to know why?
I'm sorry about last night. I got caught up. It's not like me to do something like that.
Well, you know, we talked about this back in St. Genevieve. We talked about the possibility of you remembering a wife and kids, and I went into this with my eyes open.
Yes, you did, because I talked you into giving me a shot. I never dreamed how much I would remember, Julia. I'm very sorry for putting you in such an impossible situation.
You have some big decisions to make. You didn't come home last night. No. I figured you'd made them.
Listen, I didn't mean to stay away. You gotta know that. Carly and I slept on the couch. I'm not gonna lie to you about how I feel about Carly. We were very much in love when I disappeared, but remembering her doesn't mean I've forgotten us.
Well, the real question is, Jack, you know, whose bed are you gonna sleep in tonight?
I'll probably stay out at Emma's for the time being.
And hide away on the farm? Hmm? That's your answer?
It seems like the right thing. I don't know what to say.
You know what you should say, Jack? Say you meant what you said. When you said you would never leave me and JJ. Say that you meant what you said. When you said that you would always be...
No, I meant it. You know I meant that. I just didn't understand that there was this whole world I was missing, Julia. I'll never turn my back on you and JJ, no matter what happens.
How long is it going to take you to make your big decision? Because, you know, I do have a little boy to think about.
I promise. It won't take long.
JJ will be here soon. Maybe you should be gone before he gets back.
Pick up my stuff when he's at school. Are you gonna be okay?
Well, I have to, don't I? For JJ.
Tonight. Don't disappoint me. All right. Sorry about that. It was important. Disposal issue.
You're trying to intimidate me. It's not going to work.
Well, if you brought me down here to rub my nose in how the other half lives, that's not going to work either.
Well, then so what do you want?
Not your money, that's for sure.
And what's it about? Revenge?
I'm just yanking your chain, kid. Frankly, you get on my nerves. I don't have your old man.
I don't believe you.
Look, I think he's telling the truth.
Dusty can testify against you.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know.
Well, so can Raphael and so can I. And between the three of us, we could put you away for a long time.
Yeah, what do you think? You're a smart kid? Huh? What are you telling me that between you, Dusty, and loser boy here, that you're a force to be reckoned with?
Yeah, that's right. Where's my father?
1 down, 3 to go.
You should have seen him holding. Aaron was standing up and everything.
It's not a big deal.
He just keeps saying that, but you're going to show him as soon as you get back from physical therapy, right?
Oh, yeah, right. And you guys can sell tickets and just form a line outside and everybody can watch you make a fool of myself.
I wish that you could have seen him when he realized that he had feeling in his leg. He hasn't smiled like that since this all started.
And then he heard Bob say that he might not get any better.
Yeah, but Bob didn't realize that Aaron could hear him. But still, it's like the doctors don't want us to hope.
Aaron needs to be encouraged. We don't need anybody telling us to expect the worst. I'm gonna go talk to Bob, make sure it doesn't happen again. Hi, Carly. If you're here to see Aaron, he already went down.
No, that's okay. I'm here to see you.
What's wrong, Mom?
Hey, how was breakfast?
Did you talk to Dad? Is he coming home?
He's actually going to stay out at his Aunt Emma's farm for a little while.
Why?
Well, because when Jack got his memory back, he had a lot of catching up to do. He has a really big family.
Where's his family?
We have to be happy for Jack, honey, because, you know, Jack's happy.
Jack's not coming back, is he?
He just needs some time to think things through, but the one thing that you can be sure of is that Jack loves you so much. It hasn't changed.
He loves you too. He told me.
Hey, get your backpack, okay? Don't forget your books. You don't want to be late for the first bell.
Oh, Jack, I can tell by the look in your eye. You remembered me. Oh, that's wonderful. I know Julia must be just... Oh, I'm sorry. Julia must be devastated.
It's tricky.
To say the least, what in the world are you going to do?
I try to make a decision that's best for everybody.
Hey, I hear Jack.
It's not like I stopped caring about Julia, but you add JJ to the mix and it makes it that much harder.
Jack's not coming back because of me.
So, I happened to overhear you talking to Jack earlier.
Yeah, about that. Look, I'm sorry if it seemed
Listen,
like...
Holden. It's obvious that you're fond of Julia, that you're trying to be supportive of Jack.
Wait a minute. You think that I'm trying to influence Jack?
He listens to you. He trusts you. And every time you bring him little messages from Julia, every time you take her side
Wait
over
a
mine...
minute here. I'm not taking any sides.
You ought to be. You ought to be on my side. Because I'm his wife. And I was his wife long before that woman ever laid eyes on him. And if you find that so impossible to remember, if you find it so difficult to stand with me on this, then at the very least, don't stand against me.
You didn't get this from me.
The incident report.
I wasn't doing drugs when I operated on Aaron.
Then why'd you need me to give you the sample?
Back then, I had been taking prescription pain medication. Any residual trace of a drug, prescription or otherwise, would have kept me from being reinstated. So, yeah, I asked you to help me out, and what I did was wrong.
Are you responsible for Aaron being paralyzed?
To the very best of my knowledge, no.
What are you gonna do?
Look, I want you to worry about this. It's gonna be fine, okay?
Dad, you didn't answer my question. What are you gonna do?
Curtis, I'm late for a meeting downtown. I'm sorry. We will talk about this later.
Hello? Jessica? Yeah. I need to see you. Yeah, right away.
What do you want, Donovan?
Am I next?
Next for what?
I'm talking about what you did to Montgomery. Why are we playing games?
You don't speak to your girlfriend anymore? She didn't tell you I wouldn't take the bait.
What bait?
I'm talking about my little trip to Walshland at your girlfriend's invite.
What did she want?
A real man, I suspect. She wanted to throw money at me. A lot of money to get me to tell her where her old man was. And when I turned it down, she got nasty.
If you go near her,
yeah.
I'm telling you.
What are you gonna do? I am sick of this little princess sticking her nose in my business.
You kidnapped her father, Don.
You know what's gonna happen if she doesn't stay the hell off my back? Her father's gonna be the least of her problems. Tell her to back off, Donovan. You're both gonna be sorry.
What have I done?
Hey, don't pay attention to what Dominic says, all right?
You heard what he said. 1 down, 3 to go? He sounded like my father was already dead.
Look, don't listen to him. He's only trying to mess with your head. Lucy was telling the truth when he said he didn't have your father.
Well, if Dominic doesn't have him, who does?
All right, it's not Dominic Ramsey. If it was Little Caesar and his boys, I'd probably be at the bottom of Lake Michigan by now. No, it's somebody else. Somebody with a score to settle. A sixth sense of humor. Which leaves just about everybody I know.
Jay, did you forget to put your school books in your... JJ!
On the next, As the World Turns.
I get you another cup.
You're right. I was abusing pain pills.
You're still inside of him. What are we gonna do if we can't find him? What are you doing here?